Hey guys, welcome to my channel. This is the Flying Mechanic, and I've got a little different, something different today. We're going to be looking at some micro tools. Very ever popular Leatherman Squirt PS4, the Gerber dime, and a Victorinox Classic. These are all very small pocket tools, or put them on your keychain. So we'll go over some dimensions and we'll get into it. So first we're going to start out with the Leatherman. The Leatherman comes in at a length of 2¼ inches in the closed position. In the open position, it measured about 3.8 inches. The blade length is just over 1.5 inches at 1.6, and the width is about 3/4 of an inch. The overall thickness, which would be this portion here, is about 1/2 inch, and the weight 2 grams, or 2 ounces. I'm sorry. Now your Gerber dime, we have a length of about 2 3/4 inches. It's a little bit longer than the Leatherman, and but that probably because they're counting the bottle opener on the end there. Now the blade length is 1 3/8 of an inch, and the overall open length is 4 1/8 of an inch. The width is 7/8, and the overall thickness is about the same as the leather, about 1/2 inch. And the weight comes in at a whopping 2.2 ounces. Now the Victorinox is going to be the lightest of the group. It only weighs 0.8 of an ounce, so it's not even a full ounce. And the thickness is just under 1/2 inch, and the length is about 2.3 inches, and the blade length is 1.5 inches. So those are the basic dimensions for the three of them. You know, I consider these keychain tools, or somebody wants to throw them on their keychain, or just something small to keep in your pocket. Maybe you're going out for the night and you don't want something bulging out of your pocket or whatever. But if you need something heavier, then you're going to have to grade up to like a Leatherman Wave or the Gerber suspension or something, or a larger Swiss Army knife. But anyway, let's open them up and take a look at the tools, and then we'll go over those real quick. Now, first up, we got the Victorinox Classic, and these are real affordable. They're only I've even seen them as low as like $15, so you can pick them up pretty cheap. I think I got this one I got this one at Walmart for like around $11. It was really cheap. But anyway, you've got your blade, which is 1.5 inches long. You got your little fingernail file here, and on the end of that, you've got a small flat tip, which I guess you could use for either a small flat tip or a small Phillips driver. You've got the scissors, which are razor sharp. They're great scissors. All Victorinox scissors are just wonderful. And of course, you got the tweezers here, which are really good tweezers if you ever have need for tweezers. And you've got the other present toothpick, that they all carry. I guess not that many people use it for a toothpick. They probably use it for everything else but a toothpick, but it's there if you need it. So let's go take a look at the Gerber dime. All right, we got the Gerber opened up, and first off, I want to show you the scissors, the tweezers. I'm sorry, tweezers. A lot of people overlook them. They work pretty good. They slip right in here in this slot right here. If you can see that, right there by the bottle opener. Of course, you got the bottle opener, which works really well. You've got a, they call this a file. It's very, very, very small. I mean, it has a small tip on it you could use for, like a Phillips, I guess. But the file, I don't really know what you could use it for. The scissors, they work really good. They're not bad at all. The knife, coming out of the box, it's not that sharp. I mean, it's okay, but, you know, of course you can sharpen it. And then you got your small flat tip. You know, could use it for opening paint cans and whatnot, I guess. But, and a small flat tip. And this other tool here, this box cutter or package opener is really good. I've used it. It works great. Now, all these tools they do not lock in place. Like, you know, I know some of y'all are used to tools that lock in place, but oh, it also has a lanyard ring, they call it, over here. They count that as a tool also. But now the finish on the Gerber, I don't know if you can see that. I haven't had it that long, but you can see, and I haven't really used it that much, but you can see it's already starting to come off a little bit. So, I mean, but all these tools are useful, you know, except maybe for the file. I don't really know what you could use that for. But, you know, if you like to drink a lot of beer or something out of the bottle, you know, this might be the tool for you, because this works good right here. But anyway, you know, Gerber did a decent job with it, and it's very affordable. It's under $20. So, got a helicopter coming over. Awful loud. I live near an airport. But anyway, so that's the Gerber dime tool set. They say it carries 10 tools, which they list as, let's see my list here. The needle nose pliers, spring-loaded pliers, wire cutters, tweezers, bottle opener, fine edge blade, package opener, scissors, a medium flathead screwdriver, a file, a small flathead screwdriver, and a lanyard ring. So, but we'll get into the pliers here in a minute. Now, looking at the Leatherman, we have it all opened up now. Leatherman comes with a pretty good set of tools. It's got, of course, you got your blade right here. It's got the spring-loaded scissors, which work really well. They're almost as good as the Victorinox, and that's saying a lot because Victorinox makes some excellent scissors. It has a cap opener here with a flat-tip screwdriver on it, which is, you know, useful. But the thing, let me show you this also before I get into the file. It has a small tipped screwdriver here that could be used for Phillips or, I guess, very small flatheads, and of course your lanyard ring. But they do a good job with the small file. I mean, it's got a rough edge and a smoother edge, and then it's got even on the bottom there's a little bit of a cutting edge there that you could actually file something with. So I mean, there's a better focus of that. You've got the cross cut, and then you've got the single cut file. But it is for a small file, it is a decent file. I really like it. That's the outside accessible tools on the Leatherman Squirt. So let's get into the pliers, which of course this Victorinox Classic doesn't have any pliers, so we won't be able to do that for that one. But let's look at the Leatherman and the Gerber dime, the pliers. Okay, we got the pliers opened up, and of course they're their standard. And I want to say they both of the companies did a pretty good job with these little pliers. Now you're not going to use these for, I mean, anything heavy, you know, tying a little nut here and there, gripping something, maybe a quick set of pinchers if you need it, But they're pretty solid. I mean, here's the spring back mechanism on the Leatherman, which I really like that. It's got your standard wire cutters there. Your gripping pliers here, and then the needle nose portion up here. But it's a good feeling pair of pliers. It's good and strong. Has a good strong feel to it, and they're pretty hefty for a little pair of pliers. So I mean, I like them. Now, my Gerber, pretty much the same thing. It's got the wire cutters, the gripping pliers, and then the needle nose. The only thing about the Gerber is that, I don't know if you can see it there, there's a little bit of a gap between the pliers there. And it only comes together at the very tip. Which, I mean, like I said, these are light duty pliers. You're not going to use them for anything heavy. Something around the house, maybe when you go fishing. But there you can see it there. It's got the almost like the tweezer end on it. So it's a little bit of a gap, not that I don't think that would make any difference for what the capacity these are going to be used in. Whereas the Leatherman comes together the whole length. See that? They're gripped all the way down. So, I mean, for what it's worth, every one has its own unique attributes. I mean, the Leatherman is the most expensive out of the bunch. It comes in at about $40. I'm sure you can find it probably a little bit cheaper on Amazon if you look around, shop around. The Gerber here is around $18 to $20, and the Victorinox is cheaper than that, in the $10 to $15 range. So, they're all good pocket tools. Just depends on your preference. One thing I did want to, I don't know if we can see this here together. Let me put these two together. The Leatherman is a little bit thicker, just a little bit thicker than the Gerber. As far as the weight of the plier. But then you're paying more. You're paying almost $20 more for them. So they should be. They should be. A little heavier, I would think. But they're great. They're lightweight. Slip them in your pocket and forget about them. Put them on your keychain. Whatever. Hang them from your rearview mirror. Whatever you want to do. But that's our look, or my look rather, at the three. I call them keychain pocket multi-tools. And you just have to decide what's best for you, which one you like the best, and go from there. I think any one of them would serve you well if you use it for its intended purpose. So many people I hear on YouTube to talk about this multi-tool or that multi-tool didn't stand up, it broke, it was cheap, and there are some cheap ones out there. I mean, you can get some multi-tools at Walmart sometimes, or at some places that are under $10, and they are cheap. They're made overseas, and they just don't hold up. But you get what you pay for, So, but if you use them as they're intended to be used, and be smart about it, they'll last you a long time. And I know, because I speak from experience. I'm a mechanic by trade, and I use tools every day, all day. You use a tool for what it's not intended for, you're going to have problems. If you use it for what it's intended for, it's going to serve you well, in most cases. And I always look at multi-tools as kind of like the spare tire. It comes together and helps you out in a pinch. It's not going to be something you're going to be using every single day, especially if you're in a trades type situation, like a mechanic. If I need a tool, I'm going to go to my toolbox. Now, if I can't get to my toolbox, or I'm in a situation that I want to do something quick, real quick, and I can use my multi-tool, then I'll use it. And I do use them a lot. more so than probably the average person. But still, they all hold up well usually. And I've used Gerbers, I've used Leathermans, Swiss Army knives, you name it. And as long as I use them for their intended purpose, I always got good use out of them. So it's a person's preference. Anyway, that's my look at these tools. I hope you liked it. Hope it gave you a little information. Maybe you learned a little something. I'm a flying mechanic. Please like it, the video, if you like it, and subscribe to my channel. And as soon as I can get another video together, I'll put one out for you. Anyway, have a great day, and God bless.